Hey everybody, I'm Rob Freeman, and today we're answering a question: what is coinsurance in a commercial property insurance policy? Well, coinsurance is an insurance to value strategy that insurance companies use to encourage property owners to insure their properties at full value or at as close to full value as possible. Otherwise, they will experience a penalty in the event of a claim. So let's look at an example. Let's say you have a building that is worth $1 million and you have a commercial property insurance policy with an 80% coinsurance clause in it and a $5,000 deductible. In this case, because of the 80% coinsurance clause, you are required to maintain at least $800,000 of insurance coverage on your property, or you will suffer a penalty in the event of a claim. So let's look at a claim example. Let's say that you have this $1 million building and you have the property insurance policy with the 80% coinsurance clause and a $5,000 deductible. But you're really not worried about having a claim. You're not really a worrier. And so you only insure your building to $600,000 of value. And one day you get a call from your property manager and it turns out there was a fire in the building and it caused $100,000 worth of damage. You tell the property manager to call the insurance company to file the claim, but what is the insurance company going to tell you based on the amount of value you have in your insurance policy and what the coinsurance clause says? Well, in this case, the insurance company is going to run a calculation based on the amount of insurance that you have and the amount of insurance that you're supposed to have. In this case, they're going to divide the amount of insurance that you have by the amount of insurance that you're supposed to have, and that's going to give them a percentage. In this case, they're going to take $600,000, the amount of insurance that you have, and divide it by $800,000, which is the amount of insurance you're supposed to have, $800,000 being 80% of the $1 million worth of value of your building. And that's going to give them a percentage. In this case, it'll give them 75%. $600,000 divided by $800,000 is 75%. Then they're going to multiply that times the claim and then subtract the deductible. So in this case, you will file a $100,000 claim but only get $70,000 back. And that's just because you have this coinsurance clause in your property insurance policy. So be careful if you have a coinsurance clause, and also be very careful if you are doing green building retrofits or upgrading your buildings that you've owned a long time, because chances are after you do these retrofits, your buildings are going to be worth more and you may not remember to go back and update your insurance policy to make sure that the values are in line with what would happen in the event of a claim. So anyway, if you have questions about coinsurance or your property insurance policies or green building retrofits for that matter, feel free to schedule an appointment with me. I love answering your questions. And thanks again and have a great day.